Hi everyone, today I'm going to review these Spectra 96 alcohol markers, double-ended alcohol markers, artist version pro markers. Another goodie I got for my big birthday, so this is another one of my birthday gift videos. It's almost too big for me to fit into the camera, and we're going to do a little bit of coloring in Deborah Muller's new Over the Rainbow book, which you can get. This is a mini book, and you can get this on her Etsy page. So I was going to do a quick flip through, and this is actually the one I want to color, and this is about the same size as the little Joshua Dunbar books, like the Halloween cuties or the summer cuties or Valentine cuties, like those little ones. So it's not super tiny. I think it's 5 by 9. I decided I love this book, and I think I want to add this to my bucket list of full books I'd love to color, because it's cute, it's portable, I can carry it around with me, and I love the Wizard of Oz series, the whole series of books I always have. And they're really cute. I like this better than the little ones we get in her special boxes, because I think it has more details. I think some people would love this in a really big book too, or just a traditional large book, but it is fun to have some little books. Aren't they cute? There's a lot of pages here. It's hard for me to flip it this way home. So I'd like to color in this one as we test these out. So these markers come in, looks like my cellophane got all, my plastic got all ripped up, but it comes in these 4 cases in here, which is interesting. I guess we'll need a pink dress. I think we're doing a pink dress on Glinda. Let's take all of these out. I do like how kind of cute these are. I've never tried these. They were on my wish list for a while. It was a gift for my birthday. Let's see, how do these open? Easy. So these are on par with a Copic marker. This is the largest set they make, and I don't think they're quite, excuse me, as expensive as a Copic. I like how they're black. They have the color number and a name. This is magenta. Looks to me like a hot pink. Obviously, I have not swatched these, and I'm doing a blind color test, which means we're sort of going to be coloring blindly without testing. So what other colors do we need? Maybe the baby blue, like this one is periwinkle. Maybe we'll use that. I want to try a green or two. Actually, we're gonna take, oh, here's another pink in here. This one's more of a coral pink, so I think we'll try that one. It looks lighter. And I think I'll try the, what's this called? It's just called like standard pink. So I think we'll do a little bit of that pink, and then we'll blend in this one, which is magenta. Now magenta is typically red, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. My guess is these are all going to be darker pink than Glinda's dress usually is. I do think we'll do a few flowers. Obviously I haven't swatched these, so let's grab a couple oranges. We'll just do a couple flowers, and I think we're gonna do some blonde hairs. Hopefully these pale colors will work for the hair. How about this one? That might be too dark, probably. This one is called honey yellow, which could be an option. All right. So we're just gonna kind of start coloring and test out these markers, then the nibs and the tips and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna zoom in. I think we'll do, let's zoom in. And I think we'll do her dress. So this is the magenta, which is 007. So these have a chisel nib, but they're kind of an unusual shape. They're a little pointy and a little slimmer. And then of course we have the brush nib. I'm going to use the brush nib. And oh shoot, glad I just remembered my divider page. I don't want it to bleed through. That would have been a bummer. I did grab my paper here. All right, going to add something here so we don't bleed through. All right. Okay. Now let's just color with these brush nibs. Ooh, hot pink. I know Glenda has a very light pink dress, so only gonna do the top. This Deborah Muller paper, I'm gonna see how well it blends. This Deborah Muller paper is a more of a premium paper. Doesn't have a lot of tooth. I think this is the better pink for her dress. It's a little more smooth and shiny, which is perfect for markers. So I'll probably do this whole book in different kinds of markers. And I could probably use my blender, alcohol blender, with all this. This is the lighter pink. Ooh, see, that's more of a coral. I'm gonna go back to that middle pink. This is why you swatch stuff first. I'm gonna go over it with this middle pink. Try to save that a little. Pull that color up. I have to say they feel like a Copic. They're nice and juicy, smooth. That coral is probably not the right color. I'm actually gonna set that aside, not use that one again. I'm just gonna stick with the first two. Actually, I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna do her whole sleeve in just this middle pink, single color. No, it's not gonna match, of course. No, it's not gonna match now. So I'll do the dark one here. I don't smell any kind of an odor. I do know that these are from Blick. I don't recall they were anywhere on Amazon. I will look at the time when I was looking for them to add to my birthday wish list. They were not on Amazon, and I found them on Blick and sent the person that got these for me the link to Blick. I love my alcohol markers. This book will be really fun. Alcohol markers. I have a blender right here. I think it might be dry, almost dried out though. Let me see. I have one here. This is no hoo-hoo. Is it dried out? Not entirely. We'll try. The blender will just soften it a little, bring that dark color down. Obviously I put that coral here. It has too much brown in it, so that didn't look right. So she's gonna be a hot pink Glenda, not a baby pink Glenda. Clearly you need to swatch your markers. I got some on her hair. That's okay. So far so good with the markers. I think I want to do the center of her dress, that hot pink. I don't know if there's any skin tones in this set, so I might have to do my Copics on the skin tones. Oh, these are nice. I've been coloring with these little mini books, though. It's harder to not go over what you're trying to color. I've been coloring in her Royalty Premium Artist Edition book and using a lot of markers, and I really love them. Let's just use this straight up pink. Let's try out the chisel nib. A little harder. Don't want to get any of the skin, so I can use the point. I just finished watching the debate that was tonight. That was interesting. I was cringing the whole time, afraid what was going to happen next. Could have been worse, could have been better, you know, one of those. I think anyone who goes on to know your whole future is in line by how you perform, knowing the whole world is like watching you, and you have 2 minutes to make an answer. I think anyone would be nervous, especially in the beginning. And I think knowing you have 2 minutes to get in what you want to get in, it naturally would make you want to talk really fast. So, I don't know. I think I want to move to another country. That's what I think. Can't do much about it, any of it, so I was mostly watching for entertainment's sake and curiosity to find out how it's going to turn out. Not like I didn't really have many expectations, and I try not to get that involved, but you know, I did yeah, I don't know. I think there's pros and cons in every situation with every person, and the trick is who has more pros and cons. Or pros that are less of a risk, I guess. Or I don't know. Yeah. I have a few friends in the UK who are laughing at us here. But what can you do? At least it's all memorable. One day we'll look back on it and have a good, oh yeah, remember when? Kind of a moment with someone. I still remember the live TV airing when Obama came out and said they caught Osama bin Laden. I think they set up where he walked down this like narrow hall to a podium at the end of the hall, and he made the statement, turned around and walked away. I remember the look on his face and his words and everything. That was a long time ago, but I do remember. I usually only pay attention to news when it's something significant. Otherwise, I'm just not interested in news. Honestly, I'd rather be doing this. So, don't know. Don't really know what our country is going to do about this leadership problem we have. Sadly, I don't think anything's going to be done about it, because what can people do? So we just have to cross our fingers, say a little prayer, and hope for the best. My opinion on things is, in life, I try not to get all worked up about stuff I can't do anything about, because what's the point? Some people do talk things to death, like in the news. Can't go to YouTube now without everything popping up on your recommendation list being about something about the election or something. But I can't say some more of my opinions because I don't want to offend anybody on here, and you never know what people really think. I try to be open-minded to everybody else's perspectives, but I don't care enough to really debate things, so what's the point? This looks nice and pretty pink. We could do the blender, but we didn't do 2 colors. So if I do the blender, the only thing it's going to do is make it look like it has some white spots. I'll lighten it up. We could test one area. Let's use this chisel nib here. Kind of makes it look a little more like a faded dress. This is definitely not Glinda's normal pink, so mine's going to be like a punk rock pink. Glinda, the Good Witch. Punk rock pink. Most Deborah Muller is kind of retro, so. My favorite part of the whole debate was when they were arguing about playing golf. That was a good one. I've never played golf my entire life. How hard could it really be? I don't know. Probably. Actually, miniature golf is pretty hard. I have played miniature golf. So maybe it is hard. But, you know, that was kind of funny. Kind of funny indeed. I'd love to see those two play golf together. Wouldn't that be entertaining? I kind of like that faded look. So I like that pink. It's a really nice pink. Let's see if we can do some hair on her. I have these different yellows. We're just gonna do a little darker brown, darker, looks like a little darker gold yellow at her root. See how these blend. I am liking these. Very user-friendly. Professional artist markers. I can tell you that for years, I started coloring, adult coloring in 2017. I can tell you that up until at least 2021, I only had like the cheapy markers. But I always loved my markers and art, but I didn't understand that there's different quality of art markers. So like I always had like the cheap Bianyo or the Shuttle Arts, some other ones from China you can't even don't even have a name that makes any kind of sense, that are just generic. And I always colored with those in the cheapy books, you know. And it wasn't until my first set of better markers, and I don't even remember what those were. I think my first Spectrum Noir might have been my first somewhat like middle range markers, then Artex. But it wasn't until I started working my way up to like the Tombow water base and the Tombow alcohol pro markers, and eventually the double-sided tri-blend markers, and tried a few Kubiks that I really understood and could see the difference in not only the effects that different markers, better markers can create, how they work better on the paper, even the cheap paper. So like I have a whole box of older art supplies, some that I only used a few times. I barely use, like all kinds of markers that I'm going to sell because I just, you know, I'm kind of picky now. I only want to use the better quality stuff because I love markers so much. But it took me years to learn that and to be able to afford better ones, obviously. So I blended 4 yellows here. You can see I'm going to use this and pull the darker color a little bit down. This is a nice, juicy marker combo. They're blending really well. Just I only pull the dark down just so it can shade. I got a little pink here, but I've been trying to fix it a little bit, and I think I'm doing all right. So I like that a lot. I think we should try, we can do some other things. Let's do some flowers. Actually, first I have this periwinkle. We could do her hat. Ooh, this is a nice color. Oh, it's like a lavender. I love it. I finally got my new purple backdrop here. I had that ratty pink one forever. I had like ink and lead and paint and everything on it. I don't like change. I put it off as long as I can. The difference being these kind of markers. So I've had the cheaper, like, you know, the cheaper markers. I color page in markers, close the book, go back and open it 3 or 4 months later, open it, the page on the left, which is the back of another picture that made contact with that, over time it just kind of turns it yellow. That's one thing that happens. Kind of bleed into it even when it's dry. You get more odors with the cheaper markers. So if you have the ability to save money for a few months, it's definitely worth buying a more expensive set of markers. And keep in mind the water-based versus alcohol markers do different things. That's a pretty color. These are all very vibrant colors, as you can see. Really vibrant colors. I feel like all right, well, let's just do some of the orange. I got these 3 oranges. I'm going to assume that one is darker. So these colors are burnt orange. This is terracotta. Well, terracotta is generally kind of, terracotta can be kind of like a coral color. And this one just says straight up orange. So let's just do a couple flowers. We'll do this big one here. I'm just gonna try to blend the 3 colors and see what we can do. Oh, I really like these. These remind me of the Shin Hand Touch markers, which I have also, but they're a little more sturdy to grip, like a little thicker. Oh, this one, shoot, this one has a little brown tinge. This is the burnt orange, darn it. I thought maybe this would be lighter, but it's not. Well, we're gonna have to pull this. So we have to go back over it with the orange then. Usually I would have done this darkest color on the inside. So let's take this orange, go all the way back over. Actually, that looks pretty nice. Unfortunately, the color doesn't match with her dress, but I wanted you guys to see some of these earth tones. I'm wondering if I can find these on Amazon now. I'll take a look if I'll link below when I find them. Yeah, that looks nice. It looks nice. We should do maybe a yellow flower or two because we do have yellow in her hair, but I'll do like the medium one. Let's do like a little yellow here, just because I like to bring some of my similar colors down. This is the second yellow I use. I do smell a little bit of something, mild scent, but I'm pretty far back from it. a little bit of like that alcohol smell, but not like a toxic bomb kind of a smell at all, because I would hate that. That's pretty. Let's take some of the lighter yellow. Do here. There. That looks sweet. And maybe even, since we're trying to be consistent with our colors, we will do the lightest yellow up on her flower. It can kind of cut down the harshness of a mismatched color like that orange when you pull another color down into the vicinity. That color coordinates things, so it takes your eye off the eyesore one. I like that. We need to get a little brown. Let's do some of their hairs. Let's see, for browns, what do we have? Well, let's try. I'm just gonna grab a couple here. I don't want one that has. I was just smelling it up close. I don't really smell anything. That's a gray, I think. I think we'll do, what is this? Walnut. How about if we do a little dark brown? Let's do that. And we'll do this on this little quirky girl. Another thing I like about these mini books is you can get them colored very quickly. Make progress quickly. Pull some of that dark color down. Look at how nicely it blends. They're just nice and juicy and kind of sheer. Sheer is the way I'm describing them. How am I gonna do her crown? Glinda's crown, isn't it usually like sparkly? I might have some mermaid tail glitter. I don't think I have the right, I don't know if there's a light enough pink in this set though for that. Or is it white? I can't remember. That's all right. I might just finish off camera. It's almost time to show you my what I colored in June video. I have a lot. I made a lot of progress in some of my bucket list coloring books. I have summer coloring pages, printables. I had a lot of free time this month, fortunately. I think that looks really cute, that brown hair. Let's do a different brown for this little, do I have any more browns? I think I have a couple. Let's do the hair on her. I have these two colors that might work for hair color. Is them not swatching? I don't know what they're gonna look like. Let's find out. This is called Sienna. What is this called? Tan. Oh, that might be fine. Ooh, that's actually kind of coordinates with the flower we did. Yeah, that's cute. Gonna have to grab my Copics. do the skin. Here, that's cute. I can't tell if this is hair or part of that is a bonnet. I don't know if that's hair in the back. I think I'm going to use, let's get a green to do the center part of these flowers. Let's try a green. How about, we'll do a couple greens here. Testing most of the colors. So this one is spring green. This one is apple green. This is obviously like a chartreuse. So let's do the center of these flowers. Let's do the outside part. Use some room for the yellow in the middle. But you can see how quickly with alcohol markers, especially good ones, you can color a picture on the right paper. And this paper doesn't dry instantly, so it gives you time to kind of blend. I'll use the blender here. You can use any alcohol marker blender. I buy my 3-pack of Art and Fly. If I can find any, I'll link them below because I use them all the time. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do this one here. Currently I'm doing a color along for you guys in Bridgerton coloring book using my new Winsor Newton pencils. Looks amazing. It's gonna have to be like a 5-part video because it's taking forever. It takes a long time. There's a lot of stuff on the page that I chose. But I love the pencils, I can tell you that right up front. They're amazing. Spoiler. I'm just going to take the darkest green and just do this, the center right here. We're just keeping this kind of simple, the center of the flowers. Put in that little green. This one here, I'll do the blend. I could get a white pencil and go over Glinda's dress to lighten it up if I want. I don't know. Not necessary, I guess. Let's try some more colors. Let's try some purple for her neck collar. So there's some nice purples here. We have a violet and a purple. I assume the violet is darker. We'll start with that. Going to straight up. Right, blend down this lighter color. Ooh, that's pretty. I could even put some of that periwinkle in here. That would have looked nice too. Ooh, good purples. Matches my countertop here. I'm gonna put like a, I'm gonna bring this dark purple into some of the flowers, I think. I'll do a solid purple. Maybe just the outsides. Just the outside. That way you have some color coordination. Let me get this lighter purple. Right. Blend over a little. That's all right. I don't think I need to use the, well, let's use the blender, see if we can lighten it up just a little. It almost makes it look like there's a pink in the middle when you do that. Isn't that interesting? Which is like adding a third color. Fine by me. I also think we should add this orange to some other flowers too. Maybe we should do all three flowers the same color so we have some coordination. I'm going to make this one orange up here. I think. And I think I will, I'm going to do these other two flowers in the same color. I'm thinking of bringing that periwinkle, where is it? Into maybe a couple of these little flowers here. I'm going to finish this off camera and then at the very end of the video, which will be for you in just a few seconds, after I pause it, I'm going to show you my end result. Just so this video is not too long. I have to go grab my skin tones. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Actually, I think, what if I were to add a little yellow onto this purple? Interesting. Not bad. Interesting. Looks almost gray. Oh, is that how you make gray? Purple and yellow? Actually looks more green, and I don't like that at all, so I'm going to go back over that with the pink. That's really going to wreck it. Let's do a little pink right here. I just wanted to keep this very basic for you guys. I do want to fade that one out with my blender a little bit. I'm going to try to find a pink pencil too to work on her dress. Fade that a little bit. So I'll do these two flowers, this same orange. All I need to figure out is to do this one and her little crown. There's got to be some kind of a... Actually, these might be skin tones. Are these skin tones? Well, light peach and shell. I grabbed a little paper here. I'm testing. Oh, that's... Well... Is there another one of these? Let's see. I guess there are some skin tones in here. It's hard when I haven't swatched them. Peach blush. Ooh, that's really orange. This will be, oh, I found a baby pink. This will work for her blush. Rose petal. Okay, so what I want, oh, let's do that rose petal for her crown, and we're gonna do her face. All right, this is rose petal. Shoot, I had it zoomed in. I hope I wasn't doing too much of that. We're out of view for you guys. Oh, see, this would have been better for her dress if I'd known this rose petal. This will be good for her blush. I'm going to give it a shot with these two skin tones. Don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna use my Wink at Stella or something on her crown as well, I think. Shoot, I can't really, yeah, you won't see that. So I guess I'm gonna try to do a little bit of this skin tone. This is, oh man, it's always scary doing a new skin tone. Which one is this? This one is a little darker. It's always scary doing a new skin tone when you don't really know how it's gonna look, but I think it'll be alright. Keeping things real simple. Another advantage is these faces are so small. It almost has a little too much yellow for my taste in it. Okay. Not really, I don't have anything really for shading. This color seems to work pretty well. This is the shell color. I think that'll be fine. The shell color. A little bit yellow undertone, and then we'll could use a little bit of something there for the highlights. Will that work? Oh, where's that tan color I had earlier? Tan, tan, tan. Where's the tan? Is it? Nope. Here it is. I could try a little, just trying to create a little bit of shadow under her neck. That's a little too dark, darn it. It's all right. I'm gonna add a little more blush to her face. A little pink right there. One. That's really not that terrible. There you go. Just want to kind of show you if it's possible to get any skin tones out of this set. And I think this works. Might need a few pencils to fix up your details, but otherwise I think it works well. This is just that peachy skin tone. Not quite as fair as I'd like for her though. I still feel like I want a little more blush on her. Look, you can see it build layers. I want us to figure out a lipstick for her. What about that one pink? That darker pink, maybe. Actually, we haven't tried this color. This is Very Berry. Ooh. Very Berry. Look at that. That's pretty. I'll actually bring some of that down here for, I think maybe for these petals. Do I have another? I'm going to do these petals here. I know what I could do. I could blend her dress pink into that. No, I need a darker pink. There we go. A darker pink maybe into that. In fact, I'm gonna now take that berry and go back over just so you see the pink kind of come through. See how that works. I like that. That's the berry. I can also do, yeah, I'm going to get a blue. Let's get a blue, a pretty blue for this hat. I guess I'm doing, ooh, look at that. What is this? This is True Blue. I really like these markers. You can see me do a whole picture. Always gonna need two colors, obviously. What goes good with this that we haven't done yet? How about this gray or like a purple? Ooh, here's a nice like lavender. Let's try this. And sometimes I use pencils and I go over a lot of things to deepen the color. Sometimes I just leave it like marker. Just depends how much effort I want to put into the look I want. Sometimes it's a lot easier to get your pencil color down when you have an underlayer, that's for sure. That looks cute. And I think we should put a little bit of that blue in her hair ties. Maybe even a little of that blue here in this flower. Actually, let's get the alcohol marker blender and fade out the hat a little bit. Lighten it up. So I think I'm going to, off camera, I'll finish these flowers. I'm going to go get my Sparkly Wink Stella. I want to do her eyes in a pretty blue, and then I'll figure out what I want to do for the background. I'm going to show you guys my final picture here in a minute. So for her eyes, I did that pale blue. Is there a black? There is a black. Of course. And I just want to do that little body in her the butterfly here. And the circle of her eyes, and I'll go over it with my little white dot. Okay. So I'll just finish up the details, and in a minute you'll see my final result. But this is a good beginner start to coloring with markers. You can see a lot of your options are, you can leave the background white, you can do a solid marker color in the background, you can do a pan pastel, a gelato with Q-tips, whatever. You can put sparkly stuff, you can do watercolor. There's a lot of, you can do more intermediate or advanced stuff, or just basic stuff. But I will finish these up and show you guys here shortly. Okay, so I finished the picture. Just wanted to show you, I had no particular rhyme or reason or plan. I took a yellow and a blue marker. I just did some stripe backgrounds, kind of diagonal coloring. I used a white Posca to make some lines. I did stickles on her crown, her wand, her eyes, for her makeup, her wrists. I unfortunately bled a little bit onto her skin. I did some stickles on the hair ties, did makeup here, the rest of the skin tones. All of this was done with these markers, including the background, other than, of course, the stickles and the Posca pen. So really fun, really easy. I really enjoy coloring in this book. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I'll link below everything I've used here, including my Art and Fly alcohol markers. And I hope you learned something or got a little bit of a lesson in there if you're new to coloring and a beginner. And I will see you in another video.